I think we're live. All right, let's get rid of this right here. So, can everybody see me? Am I doing this right? Well, I hope so. Let me double check a couple things real quick. I'm sorry, this is completely new to me and I didn't realize that it would say, okay, live and it's recording. Okay, cool. All right, how's everybody today? Boy, this is my first time and I am a little nervous. So if you're a kid and you're watching this, just imagine sometime when you don't know for sure what you're doing and you're trying something different, and that's exactly what it feels like for me. And so, yes, it's kind of scary. I don't know what I'm doing, but I want to welcome everybody to Wonder Friends. This is an idea that I kind of came up with when I was sitting around just like you trying to figure out what to do. I had a lot of school visits that were planned, and unfortunately they were canceled. So this is hopefully what we are doing to have some fun together. So the easiest way I want to do is I just want to welcome everybody here. I want to let you know that there really is no place I'd rather be than talking to you right now. I love doing this. I love speaking to kids and adults about all this stuff. And I just want to thank you for welcoming me into your Facebook feed and all that good stuff like that. And bear with me this first time. I am completely learning all of this stuff, brand new for me. I'm really not sure how to do all of it, but I'm going to wing it and see what it is. I'm a one-man band. Kids, you can start any kind of crazy dream with the littlest of things, and this is proof of it because I literally have an iPad and a phone. That's it, and an idea. But if you don't know me, maybe parents are new to me, I want to just take a minute to introduce myself to you. My name is Jason Tharp. I am the Chief Creative Dreamer at Wonderville Studios. When I speak to kids, easiest way to explain this, kids, if you've heard this before, I get paid to do whatever I want. It's pretty cool. I get to make up stuff. I think it's pretty awesome. And you know, what better way to spend my days than making up stuff? I get to dream about the things that I dreamed about when I was a kid, and I got grown up to do it. So imagine, kids, if you're listening to this, the thing that was your favorite thing to do right now, and you grow up and somebody pays you to do it. That's exactly what I get to do. To me, that is super cool. So a couple rules I want to just talk about when we're doing this Facebook Live stuff, just to kind of cover. So, you know, we aren't going to do this in every episode, but I just want to kind of cover it in the first one just so that we're all clear about this. Comments. The comments are available for people to leave comments. My request is this: understand there are other people reading these things. There are kids reading these things. There are other adults that are trying to set a good example for kids. There are kids using this stuff for school. Let's be good people and not leave nasty comments. Let's not make fun of other people's comments. All those things like that. Let's just keep it real. Treat it like you were going to talk to your own kids. Let's make sure that we're putting responsible comments in the comment section. So that being said, the website for me is right there. You can find a bunch of stuff on there. There are going to be a bunch of things I'm going to load on there. I'm going to be putting up PDFs of different things from all the books, stuff like that, downloads for you guys to do, activity sheets, all that good stuff like that. This show will have a different structure each day. It's not going to be the same thing over and over and over again. We're not going to just draw always because that just doesn't seem like that would be that great. I do see everybody's comments. Thank you guys. So great to see all of you. I'm going to try to figure out how to do both at the same time. But also, parents, just so you can kind of get an idea, and kids, you know, have seen the books I do. So just to kind of give you a quick overview of the books, I have one series called Peachy and Keen. I have a series with Scholastic. This one also is called Super Monster Friends with Scholastics. I'll have links to all of these in the comments and at the end of this video as well. With Simon Schuster, I did these cool little readers, Big and Bunny and Kiwi and All Smile. Big and Bunny. This one, we have another book coming out in May. A third book is in the process right now, and then we also have this newest book. It's okay to figure out how to turn this thing the right way. It's okay to be a unicorn. That is the book that I'm the most excited about. So without further ado, let's get started. So why I decided to do this was a couple things. I think that, like, one, it's you guys, we're all cooped up inside. We have nothing to do, and we're trying to figure out some stuff. Two, I really love the idea of getting to connect with kids and getting to connect with adults about different things that we're all going through. So I'm going to kind of turn everything now as I'm talking to the kids. And adults, you're more than welcome to follow along. I actually do encourage you to do some drawings with your kids. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But really, from this point forward in the show, my whole directive really is to talk to the kids. So adults, thank you for connecting them to this. And guys, I hope you like it. So how are you guys doing? So first off, like I said before, I want to thank you guys for checking out what we're doing here. There's really no place that I'd rather be than talking to you right now. And I would like you to get in the exact same place for me. And how we're going to do that is I want you just to take a minute, not necessarily a minute, but I want you to just take a second. And I just want you to sit up big and tall. And I just want you to take a deep breath. And just say right after me, I am smart. Your turn. I am kind. Your turn. I am super fantastic. Your turn. And that truly is true. You are super fantastic just the way you are. And I think that's kind of cool because there's not another one of you. As you guys know, I love talking about a unicorn. I think that you are a unicorn. The day you were born, you were one of a kind, limited edition. There will never be another one of you. And I think that that is pretty amazing. Now, when I came up with the idea for Wonder Friends, I had to think of a character or some sort of thing because it's just kind of the way my brain works. I like the idea of coming up with something that will be a way to explain some things to you. And if you've seen any of my school visits this year, I've changed things just a little bit. I've been started incorporating a word into the talks I do. And I'm going to introduce you to this guy right here. Which way do I point? That way. I'm standing right in front of him. That guy. His name is Sunny. And now Sunny has these 3 star buddies underneath him, and they spell out a word cup. And it's the kind of cup that you think from, not the kind of cup you drink from, right? We're talking about your brain. And in the cup, I would like to talk about today, just the first one. We can go through them real quick, but we're going to expand on those like all the time. We're going to use those as part of it. But what we have for the K is for kindness. Now, kindness, we all know by now, is to be nice to other people. Sometimes that's really hard. I know I mess up quite a bit. I try my best, but some things, just part of nature. We're not perfect. Now, the big part about the kindness, what I want to talk about, is the kindness for ourselves. That's the most important one that I want to include into Wonder Friends. We're going to be talking a lot about being nice to ourselves, the things we say to ourselves when we're feeling frustrated, when we're sad, even when we're happy, and the things that we talk about inside of our brains. That's really important. The U in cup stands for your uniqueness. You are you. You are one of a kind. Like I said, there is not another one of you, and we're going to talk a lot about your uniqueness. And the P is what we're going to do every day. We're going to practice it. We're going to take some of the ideas that we have, and we're going to use it, and we're going to have some fun, creative ways to practice those things. So that's really what we're going to do with those star buddies that Sunny has. So you'll see a lot more of Sunny. We're going to talk a lot about all of those different things. Got some really cool exercises that we're going to do and those types of stuff and things like that. And today we're going to draw Sunny at the end so that way we can really kind of like figure out how can we make something creative out of just really simple shapes. Because if I put him back up there, it looks like he's going to be really hard to draw. But I'm going to show you how to do him, and it's going to be super simple. So let's take care of that for a second. Now, back to this idea of the Star Buddies, right? So, and contest. Actually, you know what? Like, there's a contest. We're going to do contest giveaways. I guess it's not really necessarily a contest. We're going to be doing giveaways, and the giveaways are simple. I would like, with your parents' help and your parents' permission, at the end of each episode, what we're going to do is I'm going to have your parents post what would be your like wonder homework that you have or your drawing that you made with me today. And there's going to be a couple rules. First rule is that your parents have to like the page, right? Which you're going to have to like the page to make comments. That's pretty simple, right? The second one is that I'm going to need you guys to post your picture in the comments. You don't have to put your kid's face in there unless you feel comfortable. Really just want to see like the artwork we're making and maybe what they thought about it or some of those things so we can help others that are checking out the stuff see how we all are going through the same sort of stuff. so that way we all don't feel alone. We're able to connect. And the third one is I need you to share this stuff. I need you to just share the link, share the page, whatever. Those are the 3 rules to enter into giveaways. What I'm going to do is at the end of the week, I'm going to just do a random draw into each week. So we'll do one tomorrow. Today's Thursday, so I'll do one, probably, I think we should probably do it maybe on like Sundays or something like that, where we'll have, take everybody's thing, put them in a randomizer and just pick at random. And I'm going to give away signed copies of books. We'll just mail them straight to your house. I'll reach out to you through direct message or whatever to let you know who won. And then you'll get copies of books. I'm also going to do that with some of the drawings that we do in here, different things like that. Just a way to we can all connect. The goal of this is simple. The giveaways, obviously is to just connect as a community, so we all can kind of see we're all going through the same sort of thing. We're all in the same boat. It's really important for our kids to understand that those things happen, and sometimes things are out of our control, but together we can all work together and make some pretty cool stuff happen. So sorry for the sidetrack, kids. That's what happens when you don't know what you're doing, and that's cool to have mistakes, and it's cool to figure out things as you go along, because when I started writing books, I had no clue what I was doing. When I started making books, I really was so afraid to start telling people that I wanted to be a storyteller. See, I had dreamed about doing that since I was 6. And I bet that you are close to 6 years old, some of you out there listening. And just imagine when you grow up and you still want to do that and you've been afraid for so long to do it. Sometimes you don't know where to start. And I thought that you had to have some crazy big idea to start something. But the truth was I could start all super small. I was able to start everything with just some drawings because I knew I was good at drawing. So I took my strength, the thing that I was good at, and I used that to make up for the things I wasn't so good at. Maybe you're really good at math. And you can use math that will help you along the way when you get older to understand, different parts. Or you can get a friend that, is really good at science that you can help them with their math or something like that. So there's a way that we can take the things that we're really good at and use them as strengths to get to where we are. 5 years ago, I had never written a book. I was afraid to write books. I thought that somebody would think that I wasn't a good writer because I had mom and dad that were telling me I could do all those things, but I didn't necessarily have teachers that were telling me that I could do all those things. So it was kind of hard when I decided to do that. And that's really what the Cornelius book is about. It's a story about when I decided to tell the world that I wanted to do. I wanted to write. I was excited to do that. And that's where that came from. So you could start with something small and make something very big. And I would like to show you guys how to draw some stuff today that is very simple things. And again, we have no structure to this show right now. I'm kind of going through. I think roughly we're going to commit to maybe 15 minutes to half an hour type of idea. So if you guys want, I'm going to switch cameras over here. Get your paper and your pencils ready. I'm going to flip it over to this camera. All right. And I'm going to go over here to the other side, and I'm going to get everything going. All right. Now, hopefully I did this right and everybody can see this right here. So we will find out. So what you're going to do is you need a piece of paper. I just have this sketchbook here. You need to have a marker, pencil, crayon, or whatever it is that you want to draw with. And we're going to draw this guy, Sunny. Now, Sunny, this is where it's going to prove that you can make him simple because I did not think this through, and I did not print out a version of it for him for me to look at. So I am literally going to be winging it. All right. So what we're going to do with Sunny is, now if I were to tell you that he was all circles, you would maybe not believe me, but he is. What we're going to do now, remember, we can take circles and we can break them up. They don't have to be just straight circles all the time. So what you're going to do, if you want to start with your paper sideways, just like this, I want you just to pretend if we had a half circle, right? And we're just going to do half circles all the way around. In fact, you can make really any kind of cloud shape that you want. But what we're kind of going for is just something kind of like that, right? Now, the only kind of, when you start to make cartoon characters that's kind of tricky is they need to look balanced. They need to look like they could stand up, just like you or me. If you were trying to stand on one foot and you put the 1 foot high up in the air and your arms were going the same direction, it would be hard to stand up, right? So you got to think of your character as a balance. So what I like to tell everybody is if you can pretend there's an imaginary line running right down the middle of your character,
and you just put 2 dots on each side. And those dots kind of are a way for you to see where you're going to build things from. And you turn those dots into bigger dots, and you put circles around each one. Now those circles around each one, eyeballs, yay! So then we're going to put some brows on him. Now his brows are, all they are rectangles filled in, right? Just simple rectangles filled in. You can kind of, if you put them up, it kind of gives the idea of like maybe it could be a smile. You could tell a lot of expressions with the way that you turn your eyebrows and stuff like that. Now his smile is just right underneath there, right? It's just a tiny little smile. If you want to make the same sort of thing, which the smile is just a half circle, that's all it is, you can totally take the exact same line just like this, and you make like a banana shape. Now all of a sudden his mouth is open. And if you fill that in with like a little bump in the bottom, we can put a little tongue inside of his mouth because, you know, clouds have tongues, right? Now, again, back to that balance idea. If we're going to put some legs on this guy, would we put legs all the way over here and all the way over here? It would look kind of goofy, right? So if you think about yourself and you have your big shoulders and things like that, your legs kind of run right below your eyes, right? If you kind of look, pretend to draw a line down, you kind of can use your eyes as like little guides. Same sort of thing we're going to do with this. Now, his legs, super simple. All it is 2 up and down lines. That's it, right? The number 11, straight lines, whatever. And then off it for his feet, hot dogs. Just a little hot dog there, little hot dog there. Simple, right? Now, arms, you can do any kind of thing. We can make our arms like wave, we can do whatever. I'm gonna make his arms kind of like he's reaching out, like he's like saying, hey, what's up, guys? So what we're gonna do is, if you just draw a line out like this, and another arm out just like that. Now, for his hands, now on your hands, you have this thing here, it's called your palm of your hand, right? Now for making cartoon characters, let's just make those dots, like bigger circles, right? And we're gonna pretend that that's our palm. Now, what I like to do is, if you look at cartoons, there's typically only 3 fingers. If you look at Mickey Mouse, he has like 3 fingers, and we take that off there. We're gonna pretend that our guy only has 3 fingers also. So you're gonna put 1 there, 1 there. Those are thumbs. Just draw lines out, boom, boom. Those are fingers, right? And there, all right. Now, we'll do this. He looks super happy, right? So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put his little star buddies around here. Now you can make stars just like this if you wanna do the whole outline. Another good way to make stars is if you go up, make an A, right? Without the little bridge there. Cross it over, stop, cross this one over, stop, and then draw a line that connects both of those. And that's a way to make stars also. And you can also make stars that look like that, right? That are kind of like snowflake kind of things too. Now each one of those stars represents all his different star buddies that makes up the cup, right? That makes up the cup. It's our kindness, it's our uniqueness, and it's practice. It's practicing these sort of things that are going to make us get better at drawing. It's going to make us get better at all different kinds of things like this. So this guy's name's Sunny. And I like to think that Sunny's idea is that Sunny's able to see past all the stuff that's going down and see the good in the world. That's one of the things that's really kind of hard for all of us to even see. Sometimes, like right now, things could be kind of scary. We don't know what's going on. Or even just in regular times, things can be kind of scary and we don't know what's going on. But this is him. Make sure that you write your name on it. That's how I sign my name. Sign your name, not my name. And this is it for Sunny. I'm going to come back over to this other camera and I'm going to show you one last thing.
So I hope that worked, because I have no clue, because it was a whole nother. So anyway, I'll be able to find out in the comments if all this stuff works. If it did, tomorrow I won't have to worry about all this stuff. I know that I did it right today, so that's actually kind of cool. So what we're going to do each day of the show, guys, is we're going to make something different each day. And at the end of the show, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to need for tomorrow and what tomorrow's project's going to be about. And then we're going to, kind of leave you with those assignments to do that. So today, what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to take what you learned from drawing Sunny, which is just a cloud, right, with a face. You can make your own Sunny, is what I would like, basically. I want you to take Sunny and draw your version of Sunny doing your favorite thing that you like to do. And write on around there all the stuff that it makes you feel when you're doing it. Maybe if your favorite thing to do is to hang out with mom and dad, how does it make you feel? I want you to write all those words around there. Parents, help your kids write those words if they're hard to spell out or whatever. And write out how all those things make you feel when you're doing those things. That's the assignment for the comments, the giveaway, all that good stuff like that. I want you guys to really talk about that. And when you talk and you write down those feelings, I want you to think about what they feel. If you write down happy, I want you to close your eyes and imagine what you feel like. What does happy look like from the outside? If somebody was to see you being happy, what does it look like? I just want you to kind of think about how our thoughts make us feel, right? And how we can actually start to change those things. That's what I would really like for you guys to focus on. One of the ways that I want to wrap up these shows too is I want us to start thinking about just like different like wonder ideas, right? So I want you to wonder about others. So some of us, we all are kind of stuck inside right now. And maybe we're missing some of our friends. And some of our friends, we don't get to see them that much. And maybe there was somebody at school that you really, really liked hanging out with, and it's kind of hard to see them sometimes. And right now you might be missing them. So what I want to do, kind of to wrap up each episode, is we're going to do this thing we're going to do like wonder more, right? And we're going to wonder more about other people. And when we wonder, anything's possible, right? We're talking about our imagination. We're talking about connecting with who we are, all those different things like that. So what we're going to do is very simple. I want you guys to picture, and girls, right? Not just everybody. I want you guys all to stop for a second, put your pencils down, and just think about one person that you're missing, like one person that you haven't gotten to see for a while. And I want you to like think as hard as you can about that person. And we're going to take 30 seconds. That's it. We're just going to have 30 seconds of quiet. And I want you to think about all this amazing stuff about this person. You can close your eyes if you want, or you can just think thoughts as we just like think about it. But I want you to picture that person in your brain. I want you to think, and I want you to pretend that you're sending them through your brain all this positive thoughts that you can think of. Let them know that you miss them, all that stuff like that. So we're going to take 30 seconds. I'm going to start the timer right now. That was 30 seconds. Did that feel like forever? 30 seconds doesn't seem like a lot of time when you are just talking 30 seconds, but it could be a lot of time when you're doing something like that, like sitting still. But see, that's the kind of thing that we can do to spread our unicorn magic, the unicorn effect, is maybe we don't get to interact each day with the people that we really miss, but if we stop and just think about it for a little bit, I really believe that they get some sort of like magic something from us that lets everybody know that you're thinking about them. We also want to end with a wonder word. Today's wonder word I want to talk about is positive, right? Being positive doesn't mean that you don't have bad days. Being positive means that when you're having bad days, you can think about a good day is still to come, right? Sometimes we get so frustrated thinking that nothing good can come out of our day that we just get wrapped up in it and we get stuck in these feelings, these bad feelings. We talk about we have good feelings and bad feelings. Good feelings, super easy. Having good feelings, we always want to keep them coming. Piece of cake. When we have bad feelings is when we get stuck. We start thinking that we're stuck in something, start thinking that the bad things always happen to us and stuff like that. Being positive doesn't mean you have bad days. Being positive means that during bad days, you know that there's going to be good days coming. So the word positive, let's figure out a way to use that today as we sit around thinking about different things, maybe come up with a story about being positive or whatever you would like to do. We do have like a bunch of books to talk to you guys about. All those things are available on Amazon. Cool books that I think that really talk to kids about all these social emotional things, talked about like, you know, the stuff that we're going through, how it affects, you know, being creative. These were all made from stories that like I just loved telling when I was a kid. A lot of them, for me, are based off of what I wish that I would have heard when I was a kid. Again, my username here on Facebook is Wonderville Studios. If you want, there is a bunch of videos on YouTube if you search Wonderville Studios, and also on my website, what I'm doing is I'm putting up on my website a whole section that will have Wonder Friends stuff on there. And when you go to my site, it'll be probably today, I'll have a section in there that will have all kinds of PDFs and stuff like that that you're going to be able to download for future whatevers and shares and all that good stuff like that you can do with all your friends. So again, post your comments in the comment section, photos of your Sunny homework, right? Which again is, I want you to draw your version of Sunny, doing your favorite thing, and write up all the emotions around that of what it makes you feel like when you do your favorite thing. And think about, as you're writing them out, what those feelings look like from the outside, right? And the last thing, tomorrow, what we're gonna need, we're gonna do an exercise on story building. We're gonna do a simple thing where we're gonna come up with a simple story in a little short sections. We're gonna come up with a story, and we're gonna illustrate one of those ideas from the story. So that's what tomorrow is gonna be. It's gonna be about story building. There won't be a lot of the extra stuff we talked about today. We're gonna go right into it. So just be ready to be creative, be ready to just try something new, be ready to just learn something, and being open to the idea that there's a lot of magic that's still left in the world that's waiting for you to discover. So the last thing I want to leave you with is always remember, the key to happiness is embracing your unicorniness. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure spending some time with you. Talk to you guys later. See ya.